What is your name, age, major, and when did you start attending HAC?
My name is Laquietta Braswell. I am 24. My major is paralegal studies, and I've been attending HAT since the spring of 2014.
Okay. What were your fears when you started your journey to obtain your degree? What worried you or gave you anxiety the most when you started your journey?
Really, for the most part, and honestly speaking, I really felt that as though I wasn't smart enough to be at college. You think, you're just like, well, I didn't do so well, in high school, or as well as I thought I could have done. And then coming back to school is always scary since, again, I started HAC in 2014 and I haven't been in school since 2011. So for me, it was like, was I going to be able to understand the material? Would I be the oddball in the classroom to say, that I wouldn't understand this or I wouldn't understand that? So that was really kind of the scary thing. It's just I wanted to be successful, but I was scared that I wouldn't be able to retain the information as much. So that was probably my scariest part, just making sure that, or pushing myself through you can do this, you can be smart enough, you can understand the material, that type of thing.
What were some of your hardest times that you don't mind sharing while attending college?
Unfortunately, when I started HAC, my first fall semester, I had went through a domestic violence situation. And then at that time, it was kind of like in the beginning of when classes had started. For me, it was very traumatic, especially for the fact that I had my daughter at that time. She was just turning 1. At that point in time, I didn't know if I was going to finish that semester off, if I was even going to, get good grades, if I was going to let that hinder me during that semester. I think that was really the hardest thing I had to push through. Because going through those kind of things really, hit a toll on you, emotionally and physically, where you really don't want to do anything. And then you have all that other stuff you have to deal with amongst all the other personal things you are already dealing with. So luckily, I did get through that, but that was the hardest part when going to college, going through that personal situation in my life.
Who is your main point of contact in Keys, and how did their support impact your success in college?
There's not just one person. When I first got here, it was definitely Denise Becker. She was a coordinator at that time. She was very difficult to understand when I first get here. Because you're in the Keys program, you first get here, you're like, what are hours? What is monitor study time? How do you do this? How am I supposed to write these forms out? It's very complicated, and you get stressed out because you don't know it. But what I did when I first joined the program, the people or the students that were in the program at that time were completely helpful. It's not like they didn't want to talk to you, they didn't want to help you. If I didn't know something, hey, this is how you could do it, or this is how you can go to Denise, and if you have questions regarding this, or you can shoot an email, or you can, go to the library and do study money monitor. Sometimes you don't even have to be here. It was just very helpful. It was very, very helpful. Now, after Denise, had left, I would definitely say the next 2 people are Kathy Carr and Rayleigh Young. I think them 2 combined as one is, I think, the greatest thing ever. They're like a yin and yang, so they just bond off each other. But they're very, very helpful, very resourceful. Anytime that you're reaching out, even if it's for personal issues or something of that sort, I think they're always just trying to be there for you regardless. Now, of course, they definitely are strict because they want you to get your stuff done. But I think them combined as one. I think those are the people that I've been in contact since here, and they have always been able to help me regarding anything that I have to do with school and personal things. So, those.
So graduation is tomorrow.
Don't start.
You are graduating finally.
Yes.
So, as you think about your past and where you came from, stop tapping on that chair.
Sorry.
As you think about your past and your journey, what are your emotions right now as you think about finally being finished and sticking to the hard work and now finally graduating tomorrow?
I'm gonna get emotional just because you made me do that. This morning I took my last final, well, not my last final, my first final. And I knew obviously I would be graduating tomorrow, but I think taking my first final and acing that final like it really hit me this morning. It's hard, trying to come to school, especially when I was a single mom at that time. Trying to take care of my first child, not necessarily knowing how to do that. How to balance, how to go to school, how to get a job, how to maintain a household, and still do everything I need to do on an everyday basis in order for me to have it together. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but it's nice. It's nice to see like all the work that I've made in the past 2.5 years and knowing that it's finally paying off. I think the most thing that I'm proud of is that my daughter will see me tomorrow, walking on a stage, and then she'll get older and say, my mommy, she was a single parent and she was able to go to school and able to get it done, and if she can do things like that, then I can do that too. So me really going to school was just for me to better myself, but to really make her proud. And even though she's only 3, I just want her to know, like, I've always, like, just trying to push, like, for us to have, like, a better future. And for me to almost walk on that stage tomorrow, it's just a happy feeling. So I'm excited.
As you reflect right now on your past, the struggles, the high and low points in your life, what does it mean to be at this point in your life right now, at the starting point of being able to have a degree and a career to exceed in?
I guess, well, not even guess, it means everything. Again, I'm literally one step away of walking on a stage tomorrow with a degree, and I won't have that until they mail it. But it is literally my stepping stone to even further my education. I plan on getting my bachelor's from paralegal studies to legal studies. I'll be coming back to Hack for a semester or so, and then hopefully transferring over to Central Penn where I'll get my bachelor's in legal studies, and that's just a start. And then law school is a thought, but it's still a thought. But right now, this is just the foundation regarding it. Like, this is what sets it. Your associates is just what sets it. And even if people, not even just myself, just speaking in general, don't go back to school after their associates, the foundation of an associate's degree or some type of certification puts you further than those who don't have one. So depending on the career you want to get in, that type of thing. I don't know, it's just, my associate's degree is great, and I'm very proud of myself working towards it and, getting this done. So if I spent 2 years doing this, I can spend another 1 or 2 years to get my bachelor's. So this is really just the foundation for it. Huge accomplishment for me. I'm very excited. But now it's just rolling into what is next. So.
Do you have any advice for key students?
The only advice that I would have for them is take this seriously. Going to college is not a game. Getting financial aid and, for the government to pay for you to go to school, like, they're doing it for a legit reason, They don't know you personally, but they know you're trying to better yourself. And they want you to better yourself, and that's why they give you the funds and all those different kind of things, but it's something you definitely want to take seriously. I wish I would have took high school more seriously growing up. I probably would have gotten into like a 4-year institution or something in that sort, but it's not something to play with. And it's hard. I don't want anyone coming in here and thinking that this was easy. This was hard. This was very hard. This was not easy at all. Every semester it gets worse because you get classes that go more into your degree than rather than taking like general eds like your Englishes, but now you're actually taking, your criminal justice courses or your nursing courses. It does get hard, but I think the path to greatness, it wouldn't be, worth it if it wasn't that hard. So only my advice is to always ask questions when you don't, even when you think you have a dumb one. No question is ever dumb. If you don't know it, hey, you don't know it, but ask. And just definitely just take it seriously. Take your study seriously. Take everything seriously. Regarding the KEYS program and HACK just in general, all your resources are right here. And if they're not right here, someone's going to figure it out where you can get it. So that would be all of my advice, is to push hard, strive for better, take your education seriously, and do whatever you got to do, regardless of what that is, to make sure that your path of success stays steady.